What's going on, Overboard people? Chad here. Here to catch you up to speed. We're going to cover 4 bases. 1, where we've been. 2, where we're going. 3, how we're going to get there. 4, just some logistical things that involve group class or not. So, where we've been. We just built our strength. Hopefully, we're as strong as we've been across most of our lifts. We also practiced Metcon blocks, which was the idea to build very high intensity mixed modal intervals so that we could eventually blend those into pure work capacity Metcons, which is what we will be anticipating to show up in the open. Also, with 3 workouts, we should also anticipate some very heavy lifts. So our foundation is set. Now here's what we want to do. We want to take our strength and we want to blend that into stamina. So obviously not lifting that high of percentages, but being able to take our strength and give it legs, if you will, sustain heavy loads through higher reps. So we don't have to slow down. And as far as our conditioning goes, we're gonna take those Metcon blocks and pretty much just take rest out of them. So we'll still have intervals, but with a little bit less rest, and we will see more open style workouts. By open style, I mean these are the type of workouts that are somewhere between 8 to 20 minutes. We may see strength ladders where the weight increases as the aerobic capacity is more demanding as you go through. What else will we maybe see? We may see some short Metcons with a 1 to 3 to 5 rep max after. And here's how we're gonna get there. We may mandate unbroken sets. We might. Meaning that if we prescribe you a load and you're like, I can't do that unbroken, we can have a little wiggle room in how we're going to attack those so that we can do those sets unbroken. Now, this is a great segue into what I think will be the most important part of this phase, which is being a mindful athlete and thinking about the intent behind a workout and reflecting on the result behind a workout. Now, this is important and it's real simple. Before the workout starts, you need to have an idea of what you want to get out of it. This is not a time. This is not a score. This is what is the intended stimulus of this workout. And you've probably heard us talk about that a lot. This time we're going to let you decide. Meaning that, let's take the workout Utah, which we just did yesterday. We had, follow with me here, 10 muscle ups, 20 cal bike for 2 rounds, right into 15 chest to bar, 15 cal bike for 2 rounds, right into 20 pull-ups, 10 cal bike for 2 rounds. Now, looking at that workout and saying, all right, let's hit it, let's just go, you're gonna get good conditioning. Fine. Yeah, your arms, you're gonna have local muscular fatigue. You're gonna be breathing hard because of the bike, and you'll probably have a decent time and call it a day. Nice job. However, we wanna put some intent behind this. So that was option 1. That is the not mindful approach, but still good training. Maybe a way to approach this mindfully is to decide, okay, 10 muscle ups. That's near my max effort set. Let's see if I can do 50% twice in a row, meaning I'm gonna approach this in sets of 5 and I'm gonna track my rest. I'm not gonna rest more than 30 seconds between those sets. When it gets to the chest to bars, I think I can maintain 8-7 for both of those sets. When it gets to the pull-ups, you know, the first set, I'm gonna try and go 12-8, and that last set, I'm gonna see if I have the stamina to go unbroken. Now, knowing that the pulling is now my priority focus and intent for this workout, I need to be able to manage the bike in a way where it doesn't affect me on those sets, but I'm not completely checked out. That would be a mindful approach to it. Another bucket athlete could be, those gymnastics are really easy for me. I'm gonna go through that unbroken. So here's my intent on the bike. I'm gonna try and hold my 10-minute bike pace throughout the whole workout. So think about that. If your 10-minute bike pace is 65 RPM, you're trying to hold that the whole time. All right, and so those are just a couple of ideas of how to approach a workout, and this can be done with every piece that you're given each day. On the back side of that, we want to reflect on it. So now that the workout's over, how did it actually go? Were you able to stick to your plan? Why not? What did you learn about yourself? And that's really why we're doing this. To become a mindful athlete gives you a realistic idea of what you can expect from yourself given your actual capacity, not given what other people have done or what you think you should be able to do. It's all based off of evidence and previous experience. All right. So that all can be tracked on TrueCoach. If you really want to dig into that, you can go into the workout beforehand and write your plan. This is what I'm going to do on this one. And then when it's over, write your reflection. This is what actually happened. Here's maybe where I can make some progress in the future. That I think is going to be the most important and most beneficial part of this phase, especially as we're going into the unknown with the open, which is going to be 3 weeks long. Okay. Now that's where we're going. Base number 4, logistics, some things to cover. This is mostly for people who are going to be at CFDC, involved in group class and not. Now, we are in a, well, let's just say this, in group class, that program is designed for general physical preparedness. It's going to cover all energy systems every week, and it's going to be very balanced. For a competitive CrossFit athlete or just someone who wants to do this more robust level of fitness that has higher skills that aren't actually necessary for everyday living that we enjoy, those program assignments from group class aren't always going to align with what we want to do. That doesn't mean it's a bad program. It means it's the right program for that intent. Now, we sometimes will have a different intent. So this is all to be said. Just keep an eye on the workouts you're doing in group class. On some occasions, we will modify those quite a bit. For instance, yesterday when people were doing a split stance good morning, we were doing single leg deadlifts. We're going to see more changes, and to make it easier on the coach in the class, just make sure you have an eye on what is programmed specifically for you during class. Lastly, there may be times where we decide we just aren't going to do what's in class. This will be probably a rare occasion. It hasn't come up yet, but just keep an eye out. If it says overboard or if it says independent training on your TrueCoach workout, you know not to do that with the class. All right. And as always, if there are any questions, message your coach. It's going to be a fun phase. And if you want to get a discussion started, just comment down here on the Instagram or the YouTubes. Instagram will probably have more responses there, because who has conversations on YouTube? Anyway, happy to be part of the team. Excited to see where we're going.